Hi guys, welcome to
Whisky
Rosé.
Maybe we should say the episode. Maybe we should say the episode.
Episode 7.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let's start again. I won't delete.
Don't delete that because it's probably funny.
Yeah. Alright.
You suck.
Ready? Are you ready, Lauren?
I'm ready.
Okay. Alright, hey guys, welcome to
Whisky.
And
Rosé. I'm Melissa.
I'm Lauren.
And I'm Aaron.
And this is episode 7. And also our holiday Christmas special. Woo, woo, woo.
I thought you had a Santa hat. Oh, oops.
Oh,
God,
sorry.
I'm ruining everything today.
So excuse Lauren, she's had a long day.
Nobody told me it was. I was surprised, yeah.
Well,
God, today was hard.
Okay, she's had a rough day. I mean, I went to work at the same time she did. I've had the same things that
I
she
was there first. No, so I tried to park when I go to the gym. I have to go to the gym 8 times a month, or else it's like $70 more expensive.
At work, they have a gym there?
Yeah, and
No.
sorry.
company gives her a discount to go to Lifetime, so she only pays like.
How much do you pay for
$30
it?
bucks.
$30 a month.
To go to Lifetime?
Yeah.
But the condition is she has to go 8 times a month. She doesn't go 8 times a month. So what she does, so she doesn't get charged, she just walks into the gym, checks it, and then walks back out.
There are people who work. It's not like I have shame about it. But today was raining and there's like always a difficulty finding a parking spot. So they have parking spots for people with small children.
You parked in one of
And
those?
I parked in one of those, and as soon I can never get away with anything. So somebody like pounded on their window, and I like looked over, and they're like, "Do you know that parking spot's for people with small children?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like me. And I was like, "Do you want to park here?" He's like, "No, I'll park somewhere else." I was like, "Okay then." I'm just running in, and then I was gone like 30 minutes later.
So you didn't work out, obviously.
No.
Okay.
So why did you
What did you go? Yeah, what did you take?
3. It took me 3.
Oh, you said 30.
Yeah.
I thought you said 30.
I'm pretty sure I said 3.
Oh, okay. Well,
I meant to say.
usually we have a special guest, but since it's our Christmas special, I can't even talk today. Jeez, Lauren. But since we don't have a guest, but
There may be a surprise guest coming through the chimney,
oh,
which is behind that tree. There's a chimney back there.
there is funny. I guess you can't see that.
Ain't nobody fit in that small ass fireplace.
Excuse him. That's he's
No,
just.
Santa Claus. It's not Christmas time yet.
Yeah, but anyways, we're drinking eggnog with Bulleit's bourbon.
Good bourbon.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's actually a nice little mix.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah, it really is. But yeah, today we're just gonna talk about our Christmas traditions. Lauren may sing for us. She wants to sing a Christmas song for us.
Karaoke, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
She's gonna sing for us, and yeah, we're just gonna chat it up, see how things are going, see if we can catch up. We didn't have an episode last week, so there's a lot going on
Yes.
in our personal lives, and we'll talk a little bit about that. See what's going on. Aaron and I just finished finals, so that's exciting. And
So glad I'm done with school.
yeah. I'm actually not done. I still have a paper due, but
Yeah, I'm still working on the paper as well.
I'm not done,
but
But it's almost.
it's supposed to be done on Tuesday.
Yeah. It's,
I meant I am done.
Your paper was due on Tuesday. My paper was due on Tuesday, so my professor was like, "I'll give you an incomplete, but if you don't turn your paper in, you'll get a B in the class." And I was like, "Ooh, is a B that much worse
Worth
than
it?
an A? I mean, B's average. I'm not that
Just
like."
not turning it.
But I have to turn it in.
Just turn it, because then it just.
And then
like
it's just, and then I'll get the A, and then I'll be good. But
Yeah.
anyways, that will be the show for today. So, guys, Lauren, what are you doing for Christmas?
I am going to Morgantown, West Virginia. I know everyone is in shock over it. I never go there.
Good old West Virginia.
No, I'm going home for the holidays. Leaving on Saturday. We do the same thing every year. Well, I guess not the same thing, but we usually go to my grandma's house on Christmas Eve, wake up at my parents' on Christmas Day, and go to my aunt's house, and just spend time with family, eat some food. We go to midnight mass on Christmas Eve. So I guess that's technically Christmas.
How long is that?
An hour.
So it
Oh,
starts
that's
at
not bad.
midnight, or does it?
Starts at midnight, yeah.
That's impressive.
Midnight mass.
That is impressive.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
It's really cool too, and I always we didn't do it too many times when I was little because it was like so late and we were little kids, but I remember going to midnight mass a couple of times and I always thought it was the coolest thing. 'Cause I was like, oh, it's Christmas! And then you
Yeah.
had to run home and you were so tired so you just passed out and then you woke up and you got to open your presents.
That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
liked it.
So
And I
you
love
believed
Christmas music.
in Santa growing up?
Is my little helper?
That's a good question. I don't really ever remember believing in Santa
It doesn't
Claus.
like that. You don't remember believing in Santa Claus?
Yeah, I think I figured it out pretty young because I remember all of my friends believing in Santa Claus. Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
He's so stinking cute.
I remember all my friends believing in Santa Claus, and I remember not saying anything because I didn't want to hurt them.
You want to get down there?
He's like, I don't know, I'm trying to look for a comfortable place.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So he is wearing his Christmas sweater.
I know.
I don't know if he's happy about his Christmas sweater, but this is an extra large because the large no longer fits the guy.
Yeah, he was a little constrained in that one.
It's like I got him a husky size, right, Iggy?
He's a
What's
big
wrong?
beefy son of a bitch.
Do you want to get down, or are you comfortable?
I can't tell if he's
I can't tell. He doesn't seem too uncomfortable, but he doesn't seem comfortable.
Does it make you hot?
Looking at him is making me hot.
I know.
Like
seriously, I'm like,
the layers. I know he has
I want to take
fur.
my sweater off.
Yeah. Iggy, what's up? Oh, you want to come over here? Well, that's not happening. But yeah, it's funny. I got asked if I about Santa. The discussion comes up a lot with now that we have a niece, and my brothers say why does she have to believe in Santa? I'm like, when we were kids, we believed in baby Jesus because we grew up in Colombia. So it was El Niño Jesus if you're a good kid, you wake up and there's presents on the tree, and he brought them, I guess, when he was born. I don't know what
Baby
the theory
Jesus
was. Yeah.
brought the present.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Well, technically, with the Catholic religion, I guess, in Colombia specifically, you're not really supposed to get presents on Christmas Day. You get presents on the 6th of January because that's when
The wise men.
the wise men brought the gifts. Yeah. So we got something little, and then sometimes on the 6th we get something, but most of the time it's just Christmas.
Okay.
But we're having this discussion with my family and stuff, my cousins mainly. They're much older now, and they say that my niece shouldn't believe in Santa, but I'm like,
But she should?
she shouldn't.
Oh, yeah. She should.
But I'm like, but if she wants to,
No, just kidding.
if she believes in it, I don't want to be the one to shut it down. You know what
How
I
old
mean?
is she?
She's 6, and she hangs out with us so much that I feel like she'll figure it out. She's gonna figure it out soon.
Yeah, I figured it out pretty young. I remember in kindergarten, I already knew that Santa was.
Yeah, and I don't think she's like, oh my god, Santa's gonna bring me presents, but she just has the idea of Santa. You know what I'm saying?
It's fun.
Yeah, it's just a
Because all
fun
her
thing because all her friends. But it's funny because my cousins are like, no, we need to shut that down. I'm like, nope, you're not her parent. You can't shut it down. You don't know. If she wants to believe in it, let her believe in it as long as she wants. It's not she'll grow out of it.
I was always skeptical to check it out. We lived in an apartment, and I was like, so how do you get down we have no chimney, so how do you get here? And then my mom tried, she got really
Yeah.
nervous, and I'm like, it's not real.
Ah.
I started putting it together really early.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you
Yeah, we
do
have
for
a
the
chimney.
holidays?
So in the Latino community, we celebrate on the 24th. So we usually have a dinner around 7, and then we just hang out, and then we open presents at midnight.
Oh, you open all your presents at midnight?
At midnight, yeah. We don't most people open them on Christmas morning, but
Yeah.
we Because the tradition was
one on Christmas Eve.
on Christmas. The tradition apparently, like back in the motherland, apparently they like would have like a big party. So like,
At midnight.
well, like the whole night leading up to, they'd do like
Yeah.
fireworks and like everyone was out in the streets. Like that's what I've been told. And then at midnight, so it's like, but now it's harder because most of the time we're just sitting there. You know, it's just like by 10 o'clock, everyone's like wants to pass out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like,
It's the same thing with us. Well, in Colombia it's different. Like you said, it's a big party the 24th, and everyone's drinking and stuff. But by the time midnight comes, by the time midnight hits, you're already so partied up. People open some presents, and then that's pretty much it. But it's a good, like, it's fun. But when we moved here, it's been different. Like especially this year, my parents are going down. Well, they're in Colombia now, so we don't have our parents here. My little brother's in Orlando.
so it's gonna be just you two?
When it was just gonna be originally to be the two of us, but then my older brother's here, so he's gonna join us. And then I realized that actually all my aunts and uncles, except for one couple, are in Colombia. So all my cousins and I, so it's gonna be 10 of us.
Here? Mm-hmm. That's pretty
My
good.
cousins and I all got together, and we're all gonna make. Everybody's bringing something, and we're just gonna hang out. Probably play what is it? Mario Party,
And Super Smash Bros.
Super Smash Bros. Like
Super Smash.
just hang out.
Everybody's so excited.
I think it'll be fun. Just yeah.
Can you play Super Smash Bros?
I don't know. Never played it. Really?
I've always just really, really sucked at it.
Oh,
And
I
I've always
see.
played with people who are really, really
Like,
good
get
at
it, so
it.
then it's like, yeah.
It's
That's
so
why
hard.
It is hard.
Frustrating.
Are you guys very into like presents, or are you more into giving?
Now that I'm older, I don't expect anything really.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, as a kid, like, it was cool, you know. Because, like, I feel like, I guess I'm more into giving than I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it feels better. to
This
give
year I don't think I'm having. We have some presents under the tree, but my mom and my dad left for us.
Aww.
But like, I
Oh,
gave
mommy.
them their
Oh, for
present
Mammy.
beforehand, and then yeah, I just like we're just not very big present people. We're more
Gotcha.
about like getting together and doing stuff. I get my brother's presents and stuff like that, but definitely not extended family anymore.
Yeah. And I feel like right now it's harder for me, like, I don't have a lot of expendable income right now,
Yeah.
so it's just, like, harder for me to, like, buy everyone a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And it seems like once you start buying somebody's stuff, like let's say if you buy one person something, you're like, oh man, I can't give him
this
something
person
and not that person
yeah.
another thing.
yeah.
Especially when
Yeah.
it's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just get so stressed. I mean, now I'm feeling a little bit better because up until like 2 days ago, I hadn't bought anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I hate Christmas. This sucks. I
Yeah.
have so much to do because I want to give them something that they'll really like and that they think is useful, but then it's also jolly and whatever. Like exciting, something they want to buy for themselves, like that's a little bit more extravagant than something they get for themselves.
Yeah.
So I have always put a lot of pressure on myself when it comes
Yeah.
to like gift giving. So I've always been really excited about giving them something. So if it's something I'm not excited to give them, then I'm just like, oh, Christmas sucks. It's ruined.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna like the presents I got them. But I got some cool stuff.
You have, yeah, like for me it's like my brothers are much older now. We're in our like mid-20s and my brother's in his 30s, so like we just buy things for ourselves whenever we want them.
Exactly.
So giving
That's
a
another
gift
thing. Like, now that you're older, like, if I really want something, I'm gonna buy it myself. So it's not like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So they're like little things, I guess, but there's nothing.
But you have little sisters, so it's a little different.
Yeah.
Like giving kids stuff is like
Yeah, that's cool because like you can just get, as long as it's big, right? Like the bigger the present, the cooler it is. It doesn't even matter. It's just like
if it's just a big box.
Yeah, it's
they
just a big ass box. Like, this is freaking awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's always exciting.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Like, you just get a bunch of little toys and it's awesome. Like, I think the act of, like, as a kid, like opening the presents
Yeah.
and stuff, that's like the best part.
I'm sure you have fun with your sisters. Like,
And I actually had a dog before this, like before Spot, his name was Onyx, and we'd always get him a gift too.
Yeah.
He knew it was Christmas time because we'd give it to him and he'd like put his head on it and then like all night, and then when we tell him it's okay to open it, he'd like tear it open.
Oh, that's so
He like knew it was just good. Yeah.
That's so
He only does that. Iggy only does that with like treats and stuff. But
Okay.
my mom always gives him a gift. Always gets him a gift.
I gotta get my dog something.
And your cat. You have a cat.
That's true. And she's going with me, I can tell you. I'm taking her to Morgantown.
Oh, James, that's gonna be interesting.
Do you like when she's in the car? Do you have, like you put her in the crate?
She like lives in her carrier, so I've only had her for a couple weeks, and she loves her carrier. That's like,
Okay.
she's so funny because she likes to be under something. She's like so weird. I brought her and took her on the bed with me like one time, and there was one pillow that was only like a square foot, and she just like climbed under it, and that's how she moved around the bed with the pillow on her like she was a turtle. So she was under the pillow and she like squirmed over to me because she does like to snuggle, but she like somehow kept the pillow on top of her while she moved over the
That's funny.
whole bed. And it's a king size bed. She came over so far and it was hilarious. I wish I would have filmed it.
All right, guys. So we're gonna take our usual break. We'll be listening to some tunes.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's
Christmas music
Lauren
that's no
singing,
copyright
but
We'll see. Get a surprise in there.
We got a surprise in there.
Oh god.
Alrighty, we'll be right back.
Bye.
Hope you guys enjoyed that quick little break. So as part of our Christmas special, we're doing a white elephant. Explain the rules.
Yeah.
So usually you pick out a number, and let's say you have 1, I'm 2, she's 3, and you pick a gift, you open it, and we all see what it is. I can pick a gift, open it, and I can either keep that gift or steal the gift you have from you, and then vice versa. But you, if you're number 1, you can steal from any of us.
Gotcha.
Well, just 2 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you want to pick, or do you just want to do 1, 2, 3?
We can just do one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's easy.
No.
Alrighty. So Aram, you're 1.
No. So
What can they be?
I can't pick. Obviously, I'm not gonna pick my own.
I was gonna say don't pick your one.
All right, I'm gonna go with this one.
It's like really in there.
It's really in there. That's what she said.
That's so funny.
It really is.
I don't want to like rip the bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know how you got that in
I
there.
apologize. I stuffed it in there. Oh, Iggy. Are you interested in what Aram got?
You're going.
There we go.
There you go. It's out.
There we go. All right, Starbucks. Been there series.
Aww.
Maryland. Hey, I like this. I'm a big coffee drinker,
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
I'm gonna keep this. This is mine. I'm gonna keep it.
We can't steal it.
You can steal it. Is that the objective?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm just kidding.
That's a nice one. I like it. He's like, doesn't fit back in the box.
No,
Yeah.
it does. He did it wrong.
Oh.
It fits this way.
That's what she said.
Jeez.
How does that even? Okay, I was like, why does it matter?
And then she
Oh, I'm gonna have to open my own. Oh wait, no, you can open it. Sorry.
All right, so I guess I'll open yours.
Okay.
Mine's getting no love out here.
Well, she can't open hers.
Oh yeah.
I mean my own.
Okay, guys, so Lauren did this
Oh wow, I only stick to.
wonderful
Let's
little.
put it up to the camera.
This is how, yeah, this is how she wrapped her present.
This is her drawing.
I was short on time.
You can put it on ours.
Oh shoot, I don't have my phone.
No, excuse the walking lady. She's coming back. Oh man, that's so funny. She's coming back with her phone. She wants to make a video.
I'll just cut it on the.
Oops, I don't know where my phone is.
It's okay then.
Maybe it's in here.
Sabrina
Found it.
is making
I
videos.
found it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Eek. Okay.
Alrighty. So, Lauren made these Santas and copied them, and then they look pretty trippy. Aaron showed you guys.
Yeah, now
And
it's
this
like
is her wrapping paper.
Apothic Rosé.
Rosé, hey.
Rosé for the Whiskey and Rosé gang. I like
Look
that.
at that. So thoughtful.
Alrighty.
Okay. So I'm going to open up Aaron's present. Hey, this is heavy.
It's so well wrapped. I wonder who wrapped
It
it.
is. You're so good at wrapping.
Oh, I know, right?
I'm so Alright.
Nice little
Pretty
bow.
involved.
I don't want you to get your hopes up here.
I mean, there was a limit.
Yeah.
What,
Let's see.
are you like a good present opener or no?
What does that even mean?
Well, because some people are like,
Hey.
Oh, you got to like whip shit out.
Bath and Body Works. This is nice.
Oh.
Shower gel and
and
lotion.
it's extra festive. I like that.
Yeah, you like how it's,
One-
it coordinates
Winterberry
with the theme
Wonder.
of the show today.
Yeah.
Nice. Are these?
Give it on backwards.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. They're like halvesy things.
Halsey things. Are they for your arms or
Yeah,
for like?
they're like
yeah,
arm
okay.
warmers. They're like very
Arm
80s like.
warmers. These are cool.
Yeah.
It's funny because that's actually something she would buy.
I can see that. I can totally picture that too.
Look
Like
at these.
it's like very Lauren.
That is awesome. That is
This
very
is
Lauren.
cool.
Like, you know, it's interesting. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna
cool.
steal anything, but I don't think you're gonna steal anybody's present, right?
No, I'm not gonna do
Well,
that.
it's funny because when I bought the present, I thought,
That's good.
oh, this is probably something like Aaron would pick, and I wanted to be like very like specifically gender neutral because I was like, Lauren's not gonna pick this. This is specifically for Aaron because it's Maryland. She's not from Maryland, so it makes sense.
That's true. Maryland sucks.
Hey now.
I'm just kidding.
Alright, we'll fight
I'm
now.
just kidding.
And then
Better get up, girl.
I'm totally kidding. I like Maryland.
And then the rosé, it's like, I mean, I have wine any day, but then the whole thing, this is
I
like
know,
Lauren.
because I don't want to trade either. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, we're good. We're bored, but we're good.
We're
Yeah.
bored, but we're
We're
good.
bored, but we're good. I think I like my present. I like my.
And this smells really good. Oh, I kind of pushed it.
She's
Was that
pushed
too
it.
much?
No, you're fine. Do you actually mind? Because I think our laptop is dying, so we might need to plug it in.
Okay.
Excuse the mess today. We're a little out of
our element.
We're not in our normal station. You can unplug one of those.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not in our normal station. We're by a fireplace. It's kind of warm in here, more compared to the outside.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because of lights, but
Yes.
I guess that's what is it?
That's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. It's like I'm struggling with this.
Is that what you were going to say?
No, it wasn't. It was not at all.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that.
Yeah, it's definitely not something I would say.
I didn't think it was after.
So, Aaron, what rosé are you drinking? Because I know
Oh, yeah. Segue to the
I think
rosé.
it's Miss.
Hold on.
Menage a trois, right?
Menage a trois. Is it really? That's so funny. Yeah, it really is.
And there's three of us.
And there's 3 of us?
Wow.
That's so cool. It's pretty good. It's drier. It's not too. I don't really like really sweet wine, so it's great.
Well, I guess we'll have a New Year special, so we'll have more sparkling. We'll have sparkling rosé for a New Year special. But we've all, I think, have come to that agreement. Like, we really don't like
Super sweet.
super sweet rosé. And it's funny because when you talk to people about cheese, the podcast are just definitely gonna enjoy that sound.
That's my fun. I wish I didn't think fart sounds were so funny, but they are.
God. Okay, anyways. But when we talked about whiskey and rosé, Lauren's like, I don't really like rosé.
Whiskey.
Or whiskey, really.
What do you like? You like beer?
No.
Gin.
I like gin.
Yeah.
I like gin.
I like gin too.
I
Certain
like
gins.
chartreuse.
I like Tom Collins with gin. Like that's how I usually get my Tom Collins.
But it's really opened me up because now I'm really starting to enjoy more whiskeys, which is my like biggest thing. Was like, oh, they're so hardcore. And then most of the rosés we've had, I've actually really liked.
Yeah.
Because it's like what we've been saying. If it's drier and not so sweet, it's really good.
I'm sure at some point we're gonna run out of rosés to try, and we'll probably delve into other wines, and that's kind of like my goal, because like I want to kind of like get my palate more.
Yeah.
I want to get my like sophisticate my
So,
palate a little bit.
and
I have like I know like almost nothing about wine, so like I want to.
Yeah, and I think you know what it is. I think probably once it gets warmer, we should definitely explore the local wineries because they really teach you a lot. Like the one that Lauren gave me. It's funny. I went to buy this with Lauren, of course.
So you already knew?
Well, yeah, I already knew because she hadn't bought her present. She bought it right after sushi. I bought this during lunch. She's like, "Why did you remind me?" And I was like, "What do you mean? We've talked about this literally today." Like,
She told me I didn't have time to get it after work because
I told you
because she was starving, and I sat at the restaurant the restaurant.
I didn't tell you. Who said they were starving?
You.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were starving. You wanted to leave work an hour early because you were so hungry.
No, I wanted to leave an hour early because I'm tired of being at work. It's been a long week. But anyways, this one had a little tag under it, and it said it has like watermelon, strawberry, and cherry. Not taste. I think it's accents. I forget what the exact word that it had. But it's interesting because not a lot of them have like a description.
like
so you never really know what's in them. I guess
That's true.
you learn how to taste it over time.
Like
I can with red wine. Like,
you'll see like one day we're gonna be like one of those like snobs. We're gonna like open up, we're gonna like shake it around and be like, this has hints of
Dirt.
yeah, of this and this, and it is
that's funny.
I
So
guess
with
more
this,
so it's very earthy.
it's very earthy. Yeah.
so with the eggnog, initially I wasn't gonna like. It gave me a recipe for the eggnog, and it had me do it from scratch. So I told Lauren, I was like, "Yeah, we need eggs, heavy cream milk,
Nah, it's just too much.
and like sugar." And she's like, "Oh, you mean eggnog?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess we should just buy it, right?" Because you have to like shake it and like do the egg whites and stuff and fluff them up. And I was like, "Oh man, this sounds so fancy. It's gonna taste so good."
Yeah.
the eggnog
This is great.
fine.
I was always just skeptical of eggnog because the idea of like denaturing like milk products to me it seemed like a bad idea. Just because like I don't know, just in science it doesn't work out well. I felt like I was gonna get the shits, but I feel like
it's funny you said that because I thought
I
it
was just like that doesn't seem like a good idea to denature milk proteins, but it's really good.
yeah. I mean, we'll
Really
see.
good. Like, it didn't taste
Find
like,
out later if
you know,
you
I
get
know if I get the shit, but it hasn't come yet. So as of now, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a clear path to the bathroom, so
Yeah. So
if he has an
if I run
accident,
out,
you know
what
why.
it is.
It's the eggnog.
Yeah.
You know, I never had eggnog before either because
Oh yeah.
I'm like lactose intolerant. Although I've gotten better since I started probiotics. I know it's a lot of info, but anyway, that's besides the point.
Robotics.
Probiotics.
Oh.
Yes.
But then now that
Artificial
I taste it,
intelligence has reprogrammed her. The proteins that she could have in that, she can now intake lactate.
that's
To break down.
Oh.
But then it's not very heavy. I mean, it is thick.
It's pretty thick.
That's
You
what she
suit
said.
very like, God, Aaron.
You said you like it thick. I don't know what to do.
No, I didn't say I like
Nobody
it thick.
said that.
Nobody
She
said
said-
I like thick. I'm saying it is thick, and I don't really.
You're not used to the thickness.
Yeah, I don't really like
She's
it.
saying it's too
And
thick
you should-
in her throat. Okay? I don't see where the joke is here.
God. Anyways. So
I wonder if they can pick up the geese water drinking.
They probably can pick up every sound. It's super sensitive. The mics are all extra sensitive.
I'm talking about the mics like they're people. Can they?
Can they hear us? That's so funny. But anyway, so, I wanted to tell you guys, my parents left, so we usually do this, like, it's called a novena, and I guess people call them posadas, but we did it was from Colombia, I guess it's a Catholic thing, I don't really know, but you pray, there's like a little pamphlet somewhere, you do like a prayer a day, and then like a few prayers for baby Jesus, Virgin Mary, and Joseph every day, and then you sing, and every day there's a different prayer for 9 days before Christmas. So my parents left, and I don't have anyone to do them with. So the last few days, I just literally, because this chair has been in the corner, and I've been sitting in that corner praying and singing by myself. And I was like, baby, sure you don't want to join? He's like, no, I'm good. You can pray for all of us. I was like, but it's not about the prayer. It's about the singing, the fun. And we used to really enjoy it when we were younger because you go to every house. So like my aunts would host it, my uncles would host it, family, friends here each day. And they would make amazing food. They would make empanadas, buñuelos, panderos, like typical Colombian little treats. And you just go there and have fun. And it was like 9 days before Christmas, and then you feel like Christmas is coming because you're doing, and then I'm just sitting here doing them by myself, and I'm like, God, this is so sad. So I was like, no, babe, I'm not into the whole prayer thing. And I was like, well, what about if I give you a treat after we pray? And he's like, no, I'm good. I'll just have the treat. So the guy that like lives with my parents and stuff brought us arroz con leche the other day, and I was like, you didn't pray. You can't have any. He's like, but I love arroz con leche. I was like, no, you can't have any. That's what you get. Because you don't want to pray with me.
That's one of my favorites too.
Arroz con leche.
Yeah. Any kind of rice, anything. I'm like,
really?
That's why they used to call me chinito, because like I have like chinky eyes, and then I just eat so much rice when I was a kid.
That's
like,
so funny.
They call me chino.
My mom used to always. It's funny you say that. My mom used to serve my dad. We ate rice with every meal pretty much, and he'd be like, yo no soy chinito. Like I'm not. Chinito, I don't want any more rice. And my mom's
and chinito means China man.
Yeah. So they have this theory that they eat a lot of rice. So my dad always say that, like, yo no soy chinito, but the arroz con leche was good. His 80-year-old mother made it, and she added all the perfect ingredients, and it was delicious. And I did have most of it because is it sweet?
Yeah, it's sweet. It's really good.
This one was good though because it wasn't too sweet. It had like a really nice texture. It was very creamy, and then had a little bit hint of sweetness and a little bit hint of cinnamon, and it was the perfect mix.
You never had it? It's like rice pudding. It's what it is.
It's rice pudding pretty much.
Maybe I have.
It's funny. I know how to make all these things, and then it's just like it's a lot of work to make them. Yeah. And then if you have people that don't like it, then you're stuck with all this freaking rice pudding. And what do you do with it?
Well, if you ever have any extra, you call me up. I'll take it off your hands.
I haven't made it in a long time.
I'll take it off your hands, don't you worry.
The rice pudding?
Yeah, rice pudding.
That's funny. I should have saved some. I didn't know you liked it like that much. Yeah. But yeah, so that's, I've been praying by myself and singing by myself like a little loser.
What did the song sound like?
Give us a little sample.
No, I'm not going to sing.
Give us a little sample.
I'm not singing.
Come on.
I'll give you like a little Google search.
Oh, that is not cool.
But I'm not singing.
If I could sing, I'd sing all the time.
Tell us what the words are and then hum us the tune.
Ew, no.
While you're telling us what the words are.
No.
I think it would just be easier for you to sing the words at the same time.
This is one.
Oh, you actually, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to play you a little bit. See, this is the two. I'm sorry, I'm not singing. I literally whispered the singing to myself.
I know, they play. I know that song. That's one. Okay.
Yeah.
My mom plays that song.
And then like Noche de Paz and stuff. It's just it's just like.
I feel like they play that at birthdays. I feel like I've heard that at a birthday.
You've heard that at birthdays?
Maybe. Or maybe it's just Christmas. I don't know. Some kind of festivity. I know I've heard that
song.
Well,
you know what it is for me? It's like I want to keep it alive. Like just the tradition of doing it, so that when I have kids, I can keep it with my kids. They'll like it, and my brothers and stuff sometimes like it, but they just see it as like a religious thing. I don't see it as a religious thing. I see it as like a tradition. Like a tradition I want to upkeep my kids with. It doesn't really matter to me like the praying part. I could do without the praying.
To say that.
Well, it's the truth. I don't really enjoy the whole Catholic Church and all that stuff. This is a whole nother conversation, but I like the fact that like it's a tradition that you get together, you sing, you eat, and it's just cool. It's different.
Every time you
I just
say,
think that
every
that's
time.
like a dangerous thing. I think you should believe. I think you should believe in the words of what you're saying. Because I'm just thinking of like a cult getting together. You know, it's just nice to be together. But they're saying all these horrible things.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I don't really care about what we're saying. I'm just happy to be with
Oh,
you
that's
guys.
true. Well, the prayers are just basic. It's not really a prayer. It's pretty much you read a story every day about their journey to
Oh, okay, that's boring.
yeah, to Belen. Like, so there isn't really like all this praying.
Okay.
It's just more like a storytelling.
Okay.
And then afterwards it's the singing, and they make awesome food. But that's my little story of tradition. So we were going to pick out of the topics jar, but then Lauren just came up with a great topic, which is she had a question. And I don't think this is not related to anybody at this table, just so we could put it out there. I'm just saying.
Now you said that makes it seem like it is related to something.
Well, because usually people think it's like that, but it really isn't. It's just like a question that.
Yeah, so I
guess
was
we think
talking to a friend and I found that it was interesting that they were saying if you're broken up and you're getting back into the dating scene or whatever, but you still have a pretty tight relationship with your ex, that's a big red flag to potential suitors.
I think it depends on a variety of issues. Like, how did the relationship end? And it, like, for me, I would feel uncomfortable regardless of the situation. But I could see if you had a good breaking up with them, I guess, or like parting ways. If you contacted them, but not every day. Like if something happened that's significant that you need to contact them, that's fine. But and even then, it's like. There needs to be a reason.
Yeah.
It's like you should be talking to them.
Like
the reason
they
they're out of your life.
A lifelong family friend, and you guys like decided to try dating and found out that it didn't work. And I'm just making up like this.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, if
scenario.
I mean, I understand those cases, but like, if you break up and you no longer can be, and you want to start dating, like, you should just keep in mind that it might not be a red flag, but it is a little odd that you're still keeping in touch with somebody that much. It's very different if it's
So it's like
just
how much, because
how much and also like, are you seeing each other, or are you just texting? Are you calling each other, or are you just emailing? Like, there's a different level of things.
that's so funny because when we were talking about, so I mean I'm single now, but I'm definitely not ready to date for probably God knows. I just can't even think like that right now. But in the past, when I've been getting into the dating scene and like talking to people, I always thought it was really weird if they had like a really bad breakup. Like, that was a red flag to me. I'm like, oh, you don't talk to your ex anymore? That's so weird. Like, why doesn't my brain work in the opposite way?
I guess it's just different for me. I haven't had really bad breakups, but I'm also a very like black and white individual, and if there's a gray area, I don't like it, so I just go for the the opposite way.
Actually,
so for me, it's just like
it
that.
wasn't that they didn't talk to them, is that if they like talked trash on their ex. I didn't like that. I always thought that, like, that was somebody you spent a long time with. How can you?
Yeah, that is true. That is a kind of.
So I guess
And I
that's
feel like,
really
I agree.
different.
Like it or not, like sometimes our relationships end in die manner, but like especially with long relationships, like it or not, they have played a role in shaping
who you are. Yeah.
Like, you learn and you grow from each experience regardless. And even if those experiences are negative. But I mean, if you invested that much time with someone, I feel like you should
give them that respect.
Exactly.
give them, I guess, like, yeah, but it's hard. It's hard because I can see what you're saying. Like, if they're a shitty individual, but at the end of the day, you still invested that time. So it's like,
yeah, it's hard to like. But I see what you're saying about it being a kind of like a red flag that you're talking that bad about somebody else. But in general, I think it just fits for any situation. If I'm hanging out with you and you're just trash talking someone, I'm just wondering, like, well, why are you even? I don't even know this person. Like, why are you trash talking them to me? But then with an ex, it's hard because like emotions are involved. And in general, like, at least for me, it's like I don't mind talking about exes. I mean, I'm married now, so it's a little different. But like, I don't have a regular conversation all the time with my exes, but there's like if I get like a hello once in a while, probably like once a year, I'll reply, hey, how are you? There's certain exes that like I spend a long time with, and that I just connected really well, and we interlooped our lives together with our families and stuff. So there's just like, how's your mom? Oh, hey, I ran into your dad at the grocery store. Like, just little things like that, and it really doesn't bother me. And that has happened to Anna a lot too, where like his family has ran into ex-girlfriends and they're like, oh, I saw blah 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 blah, she's doing great. And to me, it doesn't bother me. And if they would talk to them on a regular basis, if you would talk to them on a regular basis, it probably wouldn't bother me that much.
Yeah.
But it depends on the level of what they're talking about. If you're talking to someone, your ex-girlfriend, about your relationship, that's a little weird.
Oh, definitely.
If you're just like having like conversations about how school is going, how work is going, that's fine. But if you're telling them like deep emotions,
or they're coming at you with your regrets.
That's
Never left you.
then that's
never happened to me.
That's like, you should definitely stay away from that. But dating, it's hard. Like, I can't imagine, like...
Oh God, I'm not gonna do it.
You're gonna stay single forever?
Oh God. I don't want to date again.
It's just hard because a lot of people live fearful of like getting hurt, but then they don't realize that like blocking yourself off that much causes a drift in
I'm
new
not like
relationships.
afraid of getting hurt.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about other people.
Oh
yeah.
It's just small talk.
Yeah.
Small talk.
Yeah, I feel like you probably feel like it's a commitment, like an emotional commitment. Like you have to, it's like draining, right? Like you just have to.
Yeah, I just can't even think about it right now. But you're right, like.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah. And most people, you know.
And it's exes are fun too. The whole thing is just. And some people don't even understand, and it's hard because you can't understand the relationship that somebody else had with their ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend. So you can't judge off the bat and be like, no, you can't talk to them, because they might just be really good friends.
Yeah. But
it is a little intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. If I like was dating someone and they're like, oh yeah, I talk to my girlfriend all the time. Why?
Why? The fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell?
Why are you? I don't get it. Didn't you break up? Like, why are you talking to each other?
Were there reasons behind that?
But I guess we just have this mentality of like, you broke up for a reason, why are you still talking? But then it also could just be that, like, we just couldn't work. Like you said, we were longtime friends, we just didn't work as a couple.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's different because
like,
if you're also in another relationship at that point, like it's different if you're single and you might talk to your ex, but it's different if you're already in another relationship and you're already committed to that. Like, and it depends on how long you've been with that person and you're still talking.
So you don't believe you can go back to being friends with someone you've had a romantic relationship with?
Like, just, what do you mean? Like, friends, like we talk all the time kind of friends?
Or just, like, not all the time. I mean, how often do you talk to your friends now? You have friends that you're...
I talk to most of my best friends, like, every day.
Yeah, I talk to my friends pretty much every day.
My best friend, like, my closest good friend, I talk to every day.
Every day?
I mean, even if it's not, like, meaningful conversations, we have, like, it's either sending memes and then, like, or stuff, like, we interact every single day, At least 4 of my friends I send, we talk to.
I can think of 3 people on the top of my head, or probably 4 people from the top of my head that I interact with every day.
Well, I guess I talk to you every day because we work together.
Yeah, but even when we don't work, sometimes I'll text you or you text me and like...
Yeah. Do you guys talk to yourselves, like, out loud?
No. I do talk to myself a lot in my head, though.
Yeah.
But not out loud, I feel crazy.
You know...
Not that I haven't done it, everyone has, but when I do it, I just feel really strange.
I do it a lot in my head.
Like I talk to myself all the time in my head.
I'll talk to myself, but I'll talk out loud sometimes.
I'm not by myself enough to talk out loud and not be weird, if that makes sense. Like, I live in it's a small space, so if I'm in the bedroom and I'm talking to myself,
people would be like, you're fucking insane.
Like, what do you, hey, what
the fuck are you talking to?
That's like,
yeah, I do talk to Iggy.
That's like talking to yourself.
Yeah,
but
I guess you're projecting, I can see that.
You're projecting on it.
That's for sure. But I don't think I have actual conversations with Iggy. I sometimes am just more like, your dad is just so annoying. Like he's responding to me about how his dad is annoying. But
is he now?
Or I'll be like, you're being a bad boy, but like I never sit down and be like, I had a rough day, buddy.
No, I think
what should I do?
I'm pretty sure I've had a conversation with Sposs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
She was like, I feel like I've talked to him.
That's cute.
I don't live with him anymore, so it's hard.
So he doesn't trust you anymore because you
No,
tell him stories.
every time he sees me, he gets happy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you want to live with him again? Like, do you?
Well, it was a family. It was always a family dog. So
Oh,
it was never
okay.
like my dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he like now my grandparents also adopted my mom's dog, and I'm sorry he's not dead. Like, honestly, he's at least 15. We don't know exactly how old he is. But he's a little Bichon. His name is Rex, and I've had him since 7th grade, and I'm 25. I'm 26.
That's crazy.
And it's like he's still kicking, he's still alive, but now like in Tim's Spot. It's funny because Spot's like enormous, like this like American Bulldog like pit bull mix, and then Spot's his little Bichon. So it's like what it's like their little cousins, but they're like it's a little duo.
Awesome.
So, but it's so funny. I love both those dogs.
Yeah, dogs are awesome.
Yeah. They're awesome.
If you are single and you feel lonely, get yourself a cat or a dog.
I have a cat and a dog.
Yeah, look at that.
What did I say about you? Are you super lonely? You guys want to pick out of this bowl? Do you
Okay.
have time for this?
I don't know.
We talked a lot about.
I never timed ourselves. We have 10. Like, we should have a few.
I'm gonna pick out of this bowl. What if we don't like this one?
No, what did it say?
All right, it says it. What's the worst place you farted? Alright. Probably.
Wait, that I have farted?
That you have farted. For me, it's probably in the middle of an exam. Like straight up, like it's but like one of those like. There's like it's like 400 people inside of an auditorium type thing. And you
Was it loud?
It wasn't loud. It's mine. I can always get like when I force them out, I can make them loud if I want. But like if I have to hold it, I'm holding it. I can make it like the sound and get a little.
What?
Yeah, those are the worst though, because then they fucking stink.
I just don't. Yeah. I mean, I'm getting a very particular memory when I was in elementary school and we were just in class and I sneezed farted.
Oh damn!
And then everyone was like, "Oh my God, Lauren, you farted!" I was like, "No, I sneezed." We heard the fart too. It was so embarrassing. I was like, "No, it was just a dude."
You got a little toot in there. She thought she was being split.
Terrible.
That's so funny. You know, I don't want to be weird, but like I usually don't tend to fart in public. Like, and I usually don't have to.
You don't have to fart.
But most of the time, my farts don't make a sound, so I get very lucky.
Yeah.
It's probably one time when I was in college and I made a sound, and it was so freaking embarrassing. But you know, whatever. It was like a 7:30 class.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, that's early. Are we good on time?
Yeah, we have 7 minutes.
Yeah, I figured we did. We had some time.
Alright, you guys pick one now.
Oh, jeez. Okay. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? Oh my God, this is such a great question. I'm gonna say I want to be invisible. I want to be able to become invisible and then back. First, I would love to scare people. Second, like,
Wouldn't teleportation be like the same thing?
nah.
It's good. Like, I've thought about this a lot actually.
I have to think.
So, it's between being invisible and being able to teleport.
Yeah.
But because like, but mine was not for very good reasons though. Mine was like definitely like for shady shit. I was like, definitely like teleporting to a bank.
Yeah, grab it.
Yeah,
Grab all the fucking cash. But if I was invisible, I could also do the same thing. But because like now there's cameras.
But you can't make the money invisible, so teleporting is better.
Yeah, that's a good point. But you know what my thing is with invisible? You get to.
But if you're invisible and they just see a bunch of floating money going away, like how they ever prove that though?
Yeah,
The other people are gonna be like, floating money, I'm gonna grab that, and then they're gonna get you.
But they can't. They only touch you. They
Oh,
can't
I see what you're saying.
Oh, but they
Just
do.
take
I see what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
you be invisible, but there's like a bag, like walking out with like.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're
Yeah.
saying. I'd probably pick teleporting.
You
Plus,
know,
then you don't even have to drive anywhere.
Exactly.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, dang
Like,
it.
fuck that. You can just wake up for like 10 minutes, like you just showered, boom, I'm at work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, I showed up before you, Lauren.
Yeah.
I think I would be able to manipulate time. That would be my superpower.
That's another really good one. I've like stop time.
And you're not good at managing.
That'd probably even be better if you think about it.
Thank you, Melissa.
If you think about it as a criminal, stopping time would probably be even better. If you stop time, you just walk into the fucking bank
time.
and then you come back out.
But you know,
And you can go back in time and see, like, you know, see the shit.
it's hard because see, if you're invisible, at least this is how I'm thinking. You can listen to really cool, important conversations. Just saying. You know, top secret shit. I like that stuff. I'm
Yeah.
weird. I secretly want to be a spy. And I could be a great spy if I'm invisible.
Yeah.
But time managing, not even just criminal parts. Think about the people you could meet
Yeah.
in the past. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, but how about,
Anybody.
I feel like it's not fair.
Well, it's hard to
I feel like,
get close
what if
to
you did the
people.
time? I feel
What
like
about
it'd only
my
be fair.
grandparents? I didn't get enough time with my
I feel like if
grandparents.
it's only fair if you could stop time from happening. If you can go back in the past,
back in
but you can
time.
only manipulate current time.
Dang it.
Because I feel like that'd be just too much. Like,
Too
if
many
you could just-
limitations.
You feel like if you could just go back in time,
Yeah, you could change everything.
you could change everything, and
Yeah,
then
you're right.
you fuck up the space-time continuum. And
Dang it. You're right.
you probably would either way, but if
But
you
that's
could,
why there are like thousands, millions, and bajillions of different realities. Because
Yeah.
So if I
just
stop
create a new
time,
reality,
but see,
doesn't
let's say we stop time
this
right
reality
now,
from happening.
but then that's so boring. If I can't go back in time, then I don't want that power.
and I think I'd still take it. I feel like I still take it.
You know,
Yeah.
Because like,
flying is cool.
what if you're taking an exam and you can just stop that shit? And then like do all the research. Go get the
But you
answers
still have
from
to
your
put the
professor.
work in.
Yeah, you see.
How? Bullshit. Because then the professor is always there usually, and you could go onto the laptop, find the fucking key.
You used to do the research.
Yeah, and I was just like, God, that's gonna take hours.
You'd be like,
You're gonna age more than everybody else.
oh shit,
Yeah,
you
but
still age?
Oh,
You would still age though, right?
Whoa.
then you're gonna be in class looking like a 20,
Well, I mean, it's only if
36-year-old
you do it for
undergrad.
years, right? But I mean, if you do it for an hour at a time,
Okay,
but I
how
guess
about
it would accumulate.
If you have other people do that.
What do you mean?
So like, you're not the only one with the superpower. Other people have that same superpower. Then it'd be cool because you're not bored while the time has stopped.
But then everyone would be in different times. What do you mean if everyone could stop
No,
time?
if you could pick a person to be stop the time with. Like, hey,
Oh.
here, we're stopping time right now, and the three of us are.
Aww.
That'd be cool.
Then it's
That'd be
cool because
cool.
you could, yeah.
It'd be cool if you could just go back into your own time line. Like you're still you, and you can go back
Just to
and
see,
forward.
but you can't change anything.
Well, no, you could change whatever.
Oh, see, I don't know.
But then I feel like you'd fuck everything
Yeah, you
up.
really fuck this up if you can change it. I'm all
Whoa!
for
It's
going
like
back in
what's it
time
called?
to
The
just
butterfly
watch.
effect, right? Or the,
Yeah. I'm all for just going back in time and watching. I just want to see. There,
That would just piss me off. Because
you
like, why did I do that?
You're
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it would just piss me
you
off.
can't look at your current self. You
but if I can go back
can't
and,
have two of
and
yourself
like,
in the same.
no, but it would just be like you're like up, I don't know, like hovering, invisible pretty much, but in the past, and you're just looking at certain situations. Specifically, like at least for me, I don't know enough about my family history that I want to know more. Like, why
That'd be
did
cool
all
as an
my
old
grandfather's family decide to like mate with each other, cousins and cousins? That's weird. Why did my grandfather choose to meet somebody outside the family? Like, why is it that my family's normal versus
Why is my
There's so many
family so
questions.
incest? I'm really curious.
Well, it's only my grandfather's side of the family. My grandfather married
She's the one from
somebody
West
else.
Virginia, and you're the one having incest.
Yeah. Well,
I know why.
I didn't
She knows why. She doesn't have any questions.
I just don't have any questions.
I guess for me, it shouldn't really be that hard to understand. They lived in a
Small town.
small. No, they lived up in a mountain in a farm, and there was only
no town at
there's
all.
only 2 families, I think, and that's how they.
Wow.
And I think I just want to know. I just want to ask my grandfather, like, what made you think it was like it obviously was a great idea to marry outside the family, but like, why did you do that? Why your brother, all his siblings married within the family, cousins.
And he was the only one who did it.
First
He's the
cousins?
only one. First, second, and third. Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's
It's-
like at first cousin you have a pretty high risk of like
There's a couple
cousins
that's
is-
alive right now.
with like issues.
They don't have
issues?
They don't have issues, but they have their first cousins,
That's very.
and they're old. My uncle's
That's
like
like-
98.
Oh, okay.
And she's much older, but they have a son that's like 60 something. He's really smart, but he's definitely in the spectrum. I mean, back then he's 65, so you can't diagnose him. But he's definitely, now that I know, he's in the spectrum, for sure. But you know, like that could be. But all their other kids are like normal, for sure. Which is weird. But why did my grandfather choose to be the smart one and marry outside of the family?
Because he probably saw like, yo, everyone kept fucking each other here. They're a little weird. They're not all there. So
My family's a little weird.
I'm gonna try this. I'm
That's
gonna
so
try.
funny.
I'm gonna try
That's so
going
funny.
out of the.
Like, you know, Daniel isn't like David. David is easygoing and like he listens to you. Daniel's not like that. Daniel doesn't like school. We need to open up his mind to
Yeah,
other
yeah.
things outside of just academics. and Daniel's very successful as a mechanic. He loves doing it. But if it wasn't for my mom, like,
talking to him about
talking to my dad about it, and then early on when he was like 14, he's like, okay, you don't like school, that's cool, but you need to graduate high school, that's for sure. But what's your plan? What's gonna happen after high school? Like, what do you want to do? And then there was
No, but I see that.
he got energy.
But I feel like it'd just be easier for me to like.
Let's go now.
I don't know, even with like little shit, like if my boy did something stupid.
You'd
I
be
feel
surprised
like,
if stupid shit girls did. I used to sneak out through my window and got caught. Like, really, that's some stupid shit to do.
but for me, I would have no issue. Like, I wouldn't abuse my boys,
brothers
but I would
never
easily
said that.
pick my boy up and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But I would never touch my. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'd have no
Slap
issue.
you? Yeah, she's coming across the
taking my like hitting smacking the shit out of
Yeah.
him. But for a girl, I feel like I would just like
taking a nap.
I wouldn't even know what to do. I would just sit there and just like. I don't even know what to fucking. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Girls are just so much harder. I feel like I don't know.
The whole thing was hard.
Yeah. The only time my mom ever hit me was, I remember I just got home. We never had like soda pop in the house, but for some reason we had like these little cans of Sierra Mist. I remember I just got home from school and I was like, I just want to enjoy one of these little Sierra Mists. And I had like laid on the couch and I was like drinking my Sierra Mist. And my mom came home and she was already like yelling before she even got in the house. And she came in and she was like yelling at me for something. I was like, Mom, stop! I'm just drinking my Sierra Mist. And then she like tried to take it out of my hand or something, and then I dumped it on her and she smacked me in the face.
Yeah, my mom, I don't have very many memories of my mom hitting me. I know my dad definitely beat me once or twice. But it's funny because my older brother got like, they were so strict on him. Like, and I'm pretty sure he got beat more than any of us. But it was like, once he was born, he like paved the path for Daniel and I. And then once Daniel was born, Daniel was like, he was just like,
Here's the baby.
yeah, he could just do whatever. But the way David is now, we had a conversation about, he was like, I read this research about in the psychology journal or whatever, and it says that like you definitely shouldn't beat your kids because it does actually affect them psychologically, development and all this stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean
So
that's a bunch of horse shit. Like I feel like you gotta like if you do something dumb as a kid, you don't get spanked. It affects you negatively.
But I don't think you should have to get spanked. I think you just have to get punished in a way that you will feel is punishment. But like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Sometimes I feel like we try to ignore.
It's a cool thing because if you just hit your kids and don't explain,
exactly.
Exactly, and that's you gotta do it and then explain to them why that happened. Within, I think there's a time frame that you need to do it.
And it's also like the biggest problem is I realize, especially, and I realize it a lot with younger parents when I'm hanging out with family and friends. They're like, "Don't do that, don't do that. I'll hit you." And it's like, why are you even threatening to hit him? He knows you're not gonna hit him, and you're not gonna hit him.
That's another issue. You can't make empty threats because that's like the thing they teach you in psych or whatever. Like you can't do empty threats. You have to follow through on whatever you're gonna say. And if you do hit your kids, you gotta explain to them why that happened.
Yeah.
And like you have to explain to them that you don't feel pleasure of hitting them, that it hurts you equally, but that you did it because of this, and their actions. You know what I mean?
I just can't think of like that often times that I got beat, but I'm
so many times for me. But every time my dad beat me, he would cry.
See, that's the thing. You can't cry in front of your kids. That'd be bad.
No, I mean it was helpful because he was always like, this hurts me more than it does you. And I was like, it hurts me too, Dad. You're being a little wimp, but it's okay. Like I have to.
You can't do. You gotta cry behind the door. You can't be crying while you're doing it.
It was helpful because like it still hurt and it like taught me my lesson, but it also made him human.
Yeah. I think for us, like,
for me it worked.
Yeah.
It wasn't until at least for me, it wasn't until I got older that I realized that my dad wasn't this like rock of a man, if that makes sense.
Oh really?
I think I mentioned it today. It wasn't until my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer that I realized I'm like, oh, you have emotions and there's something in there that isn't like, and he's a super nice guy. He's very giving and he is the rock for a lot of people like he helps anybody that he can help, he will. And it's interesting because he has such a kind heart, but like when you meet him and when I was a kid I was like, oh my god, he's so mean. And now I just see him and I'm like, oh god, you're so freaking adorable.
Aww.
But
yeah.
it took time to like
But
realize that it's funny.
I feel like
Yeah.
as you get older,
I'm
as a
also
male-
not recording any of this.
I'm recording.
Oh.
You get softer because like my grandfather.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard so many stories of my grandfather just like being such a hard ass, and like he said, like people have told me like he didn't even hold my uncles or some. He only held my mom. Like he
Only
held
the girl child.
because my aunt was the first, but so he was hard, super hard, and then he softened up with my mom. But then since my uncle was a boy, it was a little bit different.
Yeah.
But that he didn't really hold any of them. But then like when I was born, it was like a 180 apparently. Like he would sing to me and like you know like me and my grandfather have a very social bond. But like apparently he was just like a dick.
Before you.
Yeah, like he was like just a dick. And I feel like that happens. Like, as you get older,
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
you
yeah.
start to get softer.
Like, because my brother right now is only 16 or something. He might be, I'm pretty sure. I'm like 95% sure he's 16.
your brother.
Anyway.
What grade is he in?
He's a junior.
He's 17. Or 16 to
No,
17.
he could be 16 because I graduated high school at 17.
You graduated high school at 17. I graduated at 18. Well, never mind. He could
He's
be either
17
or.
then. Well, maybe he's a sophomore. Fuck. Anyway,
suck.
I suck. Good. What was I saying? Oh yeah, he's so much younger for me, and my dad will literally be like, "Oh yeah, just ask Adam. He's the ruler of the house." Like he says that about my little brother. I'm like, you can't teach him that because look at what a little ass he is.
Is he an ass?
I mean, he's not. He's a
No.
good kid, but he's like spoiled. Like he said, his Christmas list this year, there was nothing under like $200 on that list.
Really?
Like no single item. He wanted like the Spider-Man PS4 Pro. Oh,
Is he gonna get it?
That's like $2,500.
Is he gonna get it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's like it's expensive.
Well,
it's like $500.
I just think
okay.
about
Yeah, it's
it.
like $500.
But like at that age,
Oh, you're right.
It is,
might-
but
It was, yeah.
it's expensive.
but at
it's
that
still
age,
like that's
it
a
makes
lot.
sense that you asked for that.
No.
I mean, maybe it's just you, but like when I was that age, even now, like my parents.
You asked for $500 items on your Christmas list?
You asked
yeah.
for maybe one.
I asked
That's
for
the only
one
thing
big
you get though.
That's the only thing I got.
Like, I remember asking for a PS4 when it
I
first
asked
came out,
for-
or a PS3.
yeah,
but that's the only fucking thing you got, and everyone contributed. Like it was like your whole fucking family contributed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, that's
But that's the only thing you got. I remember.
Yeah, I remember I got a flat iron and it was like I don't know, like $150 or something.
Yeah.
I was 16. What does a 16-year-old do with a flat iron besides burn herself? But you know, that's besides the point. But I got it and it was that and like socks and a pajama that I got.
Yeah.
But it was I remember I had, and even now that I'm an adult, screw that. I made a big list for my mom, and I'm sure that I love you, Mom, but I'm sure that she didn't get me the Terra gun that I wanted.
Yeah.
It's okay.
His Christmas list is a gaming computer.
Oh, he sent it
A
to
gaming
everybody.
computer?
Yeah.
That's probably what was $25. That's $2,500.
Yeah, that one. And then the next one is the PS4 Pro, preferably the Spider-Man one. A new best friend.
Wait, this is a
I need-
This
list.
is his list. Let me
Oh,
finish.
shit.
He wanted a puppy.
Okay, he does need a puppy.
He does need a puppy. A PS3.
Wait, what the fuck does he need? A gaming computer, PS4
ROV.
Pro, and a PS3?
He like collects video game consoles.
So
I don't know what a
did
ROV
did he give you a description for his gaming computer?
No, he just says gaming computer or parts.
I mean, he can build it himself, probably. Or he
I think
wants
so.
to.
I don't
He
know.
wants to try, probably.
Maybe.
It's funny, 'cause that's one of the things I actually asked for Christmas from me. Because it's funny, like I pulled like my mom.
It's funny. And
She
you
was
probably
like-
sent like specific things.
She was like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I was like, "What do I really need?" So I need more RAM for my computer. So I was like, "I want to upgrade my RAM." And it wasn't like too expensive because like I already had half of it. So it was like I only need one more module. And it was like
Yeah.
$110 or something.
Oh, it's not too bad.
Exactly, it wasn't like $500. She's like, "Damn, a little pricey, right?" But I was thinking to myself, and I was like, "Well," I pulled the card. I was like, "I'm the firstborn child." She was like, "Okay, fine, that's fine."
I guess there are a few items
Okay,
that
keep
are less than
reading this.
$200. Okay. 2 Xbox One controllers, 4 GameCube controllers, Copic markers, an Xbox One X, a nice camera, soundboard, Red Dead Redemption 2, Power
This
Glove.
motherfucker wants to be like,
I know.
I can't even have all that shit.
Okay, but
Like
he's
this
not
motherfucker, he wants a gaming
does he-
computer, a PS4 Pro,
And a
an
PS3.
Xbox One X, a PS3.
Like everything.
But okay,
What?
but he gives this to you in mind that it's options. It's not like he
Is
doesn't
he
expect it all.
expecting all this?
No. I
Okay,
mean, I hope not. Lord.
I don't think he would, because like I feel like that's how my brothers and stuff like we were. We give
Really?
a long list, but not expensive stuff.
I'm sorry, this is not funny, but
What? What did he say?
The next text, like my mom responded to his Christmas list and said, I didn't tell everyone else that Bandit has gone to be with Midnight in doggy heaven.
What?
That's where when my dog died, and my mom, that was her response. When she was letting everybody know that the family dog died. Like,
That's what she responded.
Christmas list.
That's all she said. FYI.
And then my aunt said, "Aw, Bandit gave it a good run."
Sorry, Adam, you're ignored.
And then the next thing is he added something else to his list.
Wait, you're honest on this? Who is he sending this
This is
Christmas list to?
me and 6 other people. So then after the Bandit gave it a good run, then Adam sent another thing and he said, also add this to my list. Like, that's the next thing.
Okay, yeah, he's a little spoiled.
He seems like one of those like really spoiled hipsters.
Yeah. That's so funny. Maybe it was like at least a couple days after.
But that makes sense. Like the $2,500. That's the minimum you need for a game.
No, but it was the same day. It was the same day. There was no time.
Okay, well, let's just say, I don't think he's the only kid his age nowadays asking for such a long list. Like, it doesn't
And it is
surprise me at all.
options. Like he's not expecting all of it, I think.
No, I
Those are
don't
some
think
pretty hefty. Those are things that I want as a freaking
I know.
adult in my mid-20s.
No, it's crazy.
I would love to have all this.
He's asking for a lot, I'm not gonna lie.
Like it took everything. I had to save up to buy the computer for
Yeah,
to edit
yeah.
this. You know what I mean? It's like it took a while. It took me a while. Remember, it took like 6 episodes for me to save up and.
the computer.
That's the key to like.
My own computer.
That's a key to like, I don't know, to just teach your kids to save up for stuff. I remember my
Yeah, I think
parents,
that's important.
my brother David, I guess maybe one day we'll feature him and he can talk about his extensive Jordan collection that he no longer wears all these Jordans. But he loved Jordans and he loved to collect them, and that was really cool when he was a kid. Like, not a kid, but he was like a teenager, he was in high school. And my dad used to tell him, like, dude, I'll give you $50, but I'm not giving you more than that for those shoes. So he had to go work with my dad and pay him. And then he would use that money or save up that money to buy his shoes. And like, he didn't go work with my dad all the time because he had school, so he would work like one Saturday or 2 Saturdays a month or something. And I'm sure my dad overpaid him, but it was just the fact that it was just like,
That he had to work.
I'm sorry, dude, like, I'm only gonna give you $50 for shoes because I don't think you should be spending $120 for shoes at 16 when your foot grows. But, you know, like, that's all besides the point. And then they taught him, and my little brother, Daniel did that a couple times, but Daniel wasn't very good at keeping his shoes as clean as Davis. It was like, he realized, like, this is a waste of money.
Yeah.
No, it is recording on. You cannot cross. You're gonna be blocking our view.
Oh God.
God.
Fucking up my life.
You're
What the
literally
fuck? Dude, what are you fucking doing?
Oh, I thought you were joking. My
No,
bad.
you fucking idiot.
Adam, are you fucking kidding?
My bad. So nuts.
Christ. Right, but yeah, that's.
And we're back.
Oh yeah, we're back. Excuse Alan and his negative behavior, but I'm sure we'll have to cut that out, so it's not a big deal.
Editing is an amazing thing.
It is.
Yes, it is. But yeah, well, hopefully Adam was a good kid and Santa can bring him all those gifts. I highly doubt Santa has that much money, but you know.
Yeah. None of us do. That's like the weirdest part about it is like, how do you think that this is?
Well, maybe it's probably because does he have a job?
No.
He probably doesn't understand like the value, like how much it costs, like how much you have to work and for that much money. You know what I mean? Like,
and since he does have older siblings, we do always like also give him a nice present because like both me and my sister are like older, so we've always been able to get him some nice things. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, especially
one
like
from this sister
when you go from that
Yeah.
age, because like I know kids that have been like, I want this game or whatever, this thing, and it's like, well, it costs this much money, and they're like, well, don't you have that plastic thing?
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, they don't really, but even as you get older, when you're 14, 13, or whatever, 15, and you don't work, I don't think you understand like how much you have to work and how much like $400 actually means. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah. Like if you give me $20 an
you know,
hour.
like it actually takes like time.
Taxes out of that.
Yeah, like to do that.
Well, it's funny that you say that because my little niece, this is just a story my cousin told me that she was like, I want Olive Garden to like her grandma, and her grandma's like, I don't have Olive Garden money, and she's like, oh, well, take me home. In my piggy bank, I have money for me to go to Olive Garden, and she's like, okay, but who's gonna go eat with you? And she's like, well, no, I have money for me to eat at Olive Garden. I want Olive Garden. and then her
You can
grandma.
just take me there one
Yeah,
time.
and then like, her grandma had to like laugh a little because it is funny, but then
Yeah.
she was like, okay, honey, like this is how it works. Like I'm not gonna take you just so you could buy food. Like if you want me to take you home, waste gas, so you can get your piggy bank, which you're not gonna have enough money in your piggy bank, and you can't open your piggy bank. Those are your savings, like money. And like she's like explaining all these things about money, and she's like, wow. That's just a lot.
That's what she said? Aww.
I'm so sorry, see.
But honestly, like I didn't really start to understand the grasp of money until I was 14. Because like I understood it because I never had a lot of money. So I knew but like when you started buying shit, because I started working at 14, like manual labor type shit, like on a farm, like bucking hay and shit. And it's like and then it was like pretty good. It was like 2006.
Yeah.
I like getting paid $10 an hour straight cash no taxes. But it's like, to work 8 hours was fucking hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're like out in the sun and like it's like 100 degrees and like inside a fucking barn, like so it's like you understand what you appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's different when you work.
Appreciated money differently because I remember being 13 and being kind of an ass. I would never ask for that kind of shit, but I remember asking for like stuff, and if you didn't get it, you kind of were like, yeah, a little pouty or whatever. You know what I mean? Then you start as you get older and you have to work for it. I feel like that's an important aspect as a teenager to have to work.
Yeah. And I think it's also
really
just
important.
the explanation of money. Like you said, I think for your little brother it's different because he knows you and your sister work. So it's like you have money that you guys can, and it's different. But like at least for my parents, it was always like my mom was like, look, I'm not gonna go into debt to go to a birthday party. I'm not gonna go into debt. I'm not gonna put my credit card on. This is what we can afford. This is what we can't afford. This is what money is. This is what no money is. So at a young age, we really like knew pretty well that how much the worth of $1 was pretty much. And then I don't know, it wasn't until I got older that I was like, and I started working at 16, so it was a little different, but like once I got older I was like, oh, okay, well I want this, Mom, and I knew that was the only present I was gonna get. But I wanted my flat iron, what can I say? And I know
he is actually spoiled because like I'll ask him to do things. I'll be like, I'll pay you $20 to give my dog a bath, and he's like, no. It's like, what?
Dude, yeah, I would have done $20. $20. I would have definitely done it. I would have done almost anything for $20 when I was 14.
Like I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm like, you are such a spoiled little.
That's so funny.
Like $20.
Yeah.
That's why.
But I feel like now the $20, yeah, it's like $100. It used to be like it's the equivalent of like $100. Now they want for them it's like $100. Yeah, exactly. But like I feel like it's just changing.
I mean, $20 is what my mom used to give me when I goes to the movies. If you give a kid $20,
that's what I'm saying. $20
like,
was used to be like
to the movie, dude.
$20 used to be like the $100 of now.
Yeah. My mom used to give me money.
Wait, you can't go see a movie for $20?
I mean,
not with your girlfriend.
Not with somebody else.
Now you're trying to take your girl.
Like my
as
mom,
a kid, that's the only thing you did, right? In 7th grade, you had to take a girl to the movies. That's all you could do. You can't drink. You can't.
Nobody ever took me to the movies.
Yeah, like, that's the only thing you did.
Really?
Like, you watched every movie 4 times.
I didn't ever go on any dates.
Oh
Really?
my God. Okay.
Really?
So guys,
never.
we're gonna have to pause it and then because we're definitely at 7 minutes now.
No, I restarted.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's just sad.
That's real sad.
I'm really
like,
sorry.
That's the only thing you did as a person in
I went to the
school.
movies.
No, I did.
When I was in middle school.
Like that was the thing. You went to the Germantown movie theater.
Oh, you guys grew up in Germantown. I grew up in Aspen Hills, so I went to the Rockville movie theater.
Okay. So the Germantown thing, it was like you went Friday, Saturday, you sometimes Sunday. You just because you have to hang out with your friends and
Yeah. I mean, definitely been
talk
hanging
to
out at the mall.
girls. The mall?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. We lived so far
You have
from the
to
mall
remember
in Damascus that like we could. It wasn't a thing.
Oh, really?
It's like at least 30 minutes to get to the mall.
Yeah, it's fun.
But it's only like 5 miles away.
It's like at least 10 miles for the closest mall. Lake
10 miles
Forest.
takes you 30 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, Lake Forest was probably is at least.
Because the
10
mall's
miles away from
probably like
Damascus.
20 miles from my house, but it's only 20 minutes away.
That's still pretty far though.
And maybe it's not.
I don't know. Honestly, my mom was like,
it's probably like
hates driving just like I do, so she hated having to drive in places. Like,
really?
Hated it. So the Rockville Town Center was as close as I could get, and then when my older brother was driving, then it was like, oh great, David would drive me. No actual 17-year-old wants to hang out with their 12-year-old sister.
With their kid sister.
Like that's just not a
That's
thing.
a good way to pick up chicks though.
So he used to
Little
sometimes like will drop us off, and like we figured it out, but honestly, I definitely went to the movies a lot, but I remember with $20, my mom used to be like, "Here, $20," because
Oh, yeah.
$8
For $20
to get in. And Daniel and I would, because I would go with my little brother a lot. Daniel and I would get into the movie. We didn't buy popcorn, so we weren't really big popcorn drink eaters. But then we would have, you know, like an extra $4, and if you wanted something to drink, but like whatever, you take a water bottle and.
We always stuck in food.
Yeah, so it was like, I remember my mom used to be like, "Oh, it's 20, okay? Oh, yeah, 20 is more than
Yeah,
enough."
$20 was like
If you give me $20 just for
was
me to go to the
legit.
movies, jeez, I have $12.
I
Now
must have been
it's
like
like
pretty
$15 to get to the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
And
It's
that's only
12
like normal. And if you want to do like, there's like the IMAX and the IMAX
Ends up
3D.
being, like,
it's like $20 almost for like
Wow.
what? It's like 18 something for like the top of the line movie. You know what I mean?
18? Whoa.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely.
It's expensive. I haven't been to the
I
movies in a
remember it
while,
used to be like 8, and then it was like 10, and everyone was like, "What the fuck?" And it was a
And
lot.
now
It's like then it was like 12, 14, and I think it's hovered around like I'm pretty sure you can still get it for 14 for like the regular like.
Yeah.
But now if you want like
I'm pretty sure
IMAX,
it's still like $8.25 in Morgantown.
Oh, so we should drive 2.5
Was it-
hours away to go to
just
Morgantown and watch
get to the
movies.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah. I have this very particular memory when I think I was in 5th grade or 6th grade, and I don't think I'd ever been like shopping at like a big mall. I've only been to like the Morgantown mall. But my friend and I went to Pittsburgh, and we were going shopping, and she was like really wealthy, and my parents were like, "Oh, here, Lauren, like here's money," and I could tell that they were like. And they gave me $40, and I was like, "Oh my God, are you sure? Like, are you sure this is a lot?" I'd like never had that much money before. It was not a whole lot, but I was like so excited. I was like, "Oh my God, I can get everything!" And she took me to Abercrombie and Fitch.
And you can buy
only
one
get one
t-shirt.
t-shirt.
You buy
And
one
I was
t-shirt on sale.
I was just like, "Why is the white like there was?"
Why
a
did you
guy-
spend $100?
Her mom actually bought the shirt for me, but it was literally a bandana. That was a shirt, and I remember being like, "Oh, it's just too much. I didn't want to spend like my parents $40 on like this bandana shirt." So her mom was really nice and bought it for me, but I was just like, "This is honestly stupid. Can we leave?"
That's so funny. That's hilarious. It's like when I was in Aspen Hill, like I don't know, we lived in a single family home, and it was like we're pretty okay. And then we moved up here to Germantown to like this house or whatever, and this is definitely like a different. Germantown at that time was like a different level of wealthiness compared to like where we used to live. And so I go to like, I guess Nails was not that even that fancy at that time, but there were kids there that live and I'm just like, you know, dressing in like, I don't know, we in mall clothes. And there's people wearing like Hollister and Abercrombie and Fitch and what is it, limited to or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, okay, so what I remember I told my mom, I was like, I don't get limited to. All my friends were limited to. And I go to limited to, and my mom was like, well, we're not spending $40 on a shirt for you. Like, that's not, I don't even spend $40. Now that she's older, she spends more money on her clothes, and that's different. But at that time, I remember, I was like, God, this is so expensive. And it was like buying a kid, like a dress to go to a wedding, and it was like $50. My mom was like, $50 for a kid dress? Like, what the hell?
No.
I remember she did buy it for me, but then that was the end of that dress. Like, I only wear it once.
They grow out of their
They grow.
clothes so fast. I definitely did have clothes from Limited Too, but they're always on the sale right now.
Yeah.
And they would be like good sales, like $10 for a pair of pants.
That's what I did. Like, so like in high school, my nickname was Hollister. People called me that. That was my name. Like people would be, hey, it's Hollister.
If you see all his pictures there, he's wearing.
You're always
So, but I was smart about it that you'd always go to like the clearance section.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
t-shirt was only like $8 to $10.
Yeah.
And then
You know
it's
what I mean?
worth it.
And then
Yeah,
like
you
you
can
could buy like
definitely
10 shirts
get
for
it.
$100. And that's like how I would always think, like if this is only $10, then this is awesome.
Yeah, and
You know
plus
what I
you
mean?
worked, so you had
Exactly.
to.
So like,
Yeah. I see.
so that's how I would think of it. Like $10 is a shirt. Like that's cool.
And you can find
And
Hollister at,
yeah,
like,
you're right.
thrift
Because in
stores
high
and
school,
stuff.
when I was in high school, my mom then started going into Hollister and looking at the sale rack. She's a good like patient shopper. I'm not. I'm just like grab and go. Like I'm just like, this is what I want. This is what I'm gonna get. But she's a patient shopper. She used to go and find all that stuff. Until this day, she still goes to Hollister and buys me shirts. They don't say Hollister in them, but like actually really nice shirts.
Yeah.
She's like, I found it in the sale rack. It was only $12. I'm like, man, you have the patience of an angel, because I do not have the patience to look through that.
But yeah, I'm terrible at shopping.
Yeah, now that I've gotten older, like I
just don't know how to deal with that
Sabrina
hassle,
hates it because
man.
like
I pay for that.
if I look at something and I'm like if I want that thing, I'm gonna fucking go and get it. But Sabrina's like she's a couponer. You know what I mean? She like will
Really?
fucking
Ooh.
research shit. And I'm not getting a good deal on certain things, but like if that's what I want, that's how much it costs. Like I'm gonna go fucking go and get it.
Yeah,
And that's it. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get it. That's it.
I'm like,
But like she's
that, yeah.
like not.
If I've walked
she will
around, like
fucking-
honestly, if I've walked around the mall for any significant amount of time, I just buy something to buy something. Like, I can be
Like,
like, I've been here for hours. I need to like get something. So
Like if I want it
waste time.
and that's what I want, that's how much it costs. Like I'm like, that's how
that's
much
what
it
I want,
fucking costs.
yeah.
Like that's how much it costs. I'm like,
Yeah.
like whatever.
Yeah,
So-
I honestly used to not be like I used to be very like, I'm not gonna spend more than $100 on shoes. And then I married a man, and this man
no.
has like, he just spends money on shoes, and like,
Yeah.
I get it, that's
cool
fine.
shoes.
Yeah, they're really cool shoes, and so now I'm just like, okay, well, it's whatever. And so now it's gotten to the point where it's like, I want it, I'm gonna get it, like, why not?
Yeah.
Before I used to do research, but like, oh, just wait till it goes on sale. Now I'm just like, no, whatever. But with her, when I go to the mall with her, I could literally get her to buy. I'm like, Lauren, this is so cute, you should try it on. Here you go, Lauren. Here you go, Lauren.
Get these. I'm like, okay.
She just gets everything.
Like for me, it's so funny.
She's terrible.
I kind of went backwards. Like before, I used to spend a lot of money on clothes, like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't really care, but now I spend a lot of money on like
Technology.
tech,
Yeah.
and it's
And
'cause
it's expensive.
and it's just so much more. But like I remember like being really into like in shoes and shit. But now it's just like I feel like if I had a lot more expendable money, I would. But I just don't. But I feel like I
And
spend
you
all.
can use your tech. You
I
see
feel like
your
I-
tech as you being
an
usable
investment.
things.
Yeah,
and
like I
investment,
use
yeah.
like I'll have to make a video of this at one point, but like my setup in my room it's insane.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like I have
cool.
like my main monitor is a 43-inch 4K display, and I have a secondary 28-inch display, and I have the PS4 Pro, and I
Are
have
you a gamer?
slightly like I used to be like in high school, and it's carried over. Like I do game, I'm not gonna lie, but like I don't have the time to game every single day. I mean, if it were up to me, I probably would. You know what I mean? But I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it, but
Yeah.
I don't know why I've always just liked bigger displays. Like it started off, I like the ultra wides, and then I just ended up doing that. And when I started building PCs, then that's like my passion. I spend so much money on like,
Yeah.
but like I'm a really big like tech junkie. So like I built my own speakers, and like I built my own keyboard, and like I just spend a lot of money
and the
on.
quality of your materials really affects the
Yeah,
output.
and like I
of your
have to buy the
product.
I solder all the things and like the PCB and all that stuff. So like.
What else can you solder? But can you use a soldering gun on like anything to like connect?
Yeah. I mean, like that's how like when
Metals, yeah.
like I'm really sad I didn't like start recording shit like that. Before. I
Yeah.
feel like that would have been cool to see like because I've done a lot of random shit. Like I've
Yeah,
built
people like that
speakers,
stuff.
I've
Yeah.
built a fucking keyboard. Like not I mean, a lot of people do that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I wanted I built computers and stuff, and it's like
That is actually really neat.
it's cool.
Yeah.
I like to I like to. That's one thing I love like fucking with shit, like tinkering with stuff. Like if it can be faster or better, like I want to do it. Like
That's awesome.
you know what I mean?
Maybe
Like,
faster should be.
it needs to be. If it needs to be faster, like it needs to be faster. Like,
Yeah. Why is this so
like
slow?
my
It's
car
just
is like
faster
if it can be faster, like that's the first thing I like. Like I remember looking at cars with Serena and being like, okay, this needs to go. This needs to go. Like this needs to be changed. And she's like, what do you mean? Like it's a fucking brand new car. You know what I mean? But I was like, yeah, but it's restrictive. Like you know what I mean?
This
Like
doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Like, this doesn't work. Like this.
That's
needs to be-
funny.
That is funny.
But guys, I think it's coming up to that time, and Iggy's actually getting upset because we're blocking his way.
Yeah.
You can't get to his dad.
Yeah, he doesn't like that much.
So we'll see you next week.
Yes,
We'll
and
see
we
you
hope
guys
you
next
all have the happiest holidays.
Yes, Merry
No matter what
Christmas,
holiday
Happy
you-
holidays.
Yes.
You know, you
all of
celebrate all of them.
Eat and
Be merry.
feast.
Be happy with your family. That's what it really
It's gonna
matters. It
be
doesn't
great.
matter what you celebrate. Just be happy with your
Yeah.
family. and
Enjoy
see
your
what you
family, your friends. It's gonna
Or
be great. Oh yeah, and I'm hoping
With your
guys.
fleshlight.
Listen, cross our fingers that we get a white Christmas. I didn't know this guy. I want a white Christmas so bad.
I don't think it's gonna
I
happen.
know. Just saying, if it's winter,
There's a chance
it should be
for snow in
snowing.
Morgantown if you want to come.
No.
I just like the only reason to go like snow now is just to go sledding like this. Because like driving now as an adult is a pain in the ass.
Whisky
in the snow.
Rosé on the mountain.
Like sledding is the only like positive in snow now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but like honestly, to me, my mindset, there's nothing positive to snow unless you're inside looking at it and it looks
Exactly.
so beautiful.
It's also
like,
about
driving is
the,
just, like-
you gotta get the gear. There's technology out there that
I mean, I
drive.
have like
To drive?
snow gear and stuff.
No, to wear like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Being outside in the
And
snow
it's
is
so
fine.
much
I love being
fun.
outside in the snow.
I don't mind being outside, especially with this guy. He loves the snow.
Aw, Evan loves the snow too.